welcome back on the Good Morning Artesia Radio Show. 9 o'clock hour is here, and we do the update from the Ocotillo. Kandese is here. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. Trucking along.
Tripping along. We were just talking air conditioning stories.
Yes. Nightmare.
Everybody's got air conditioning stories with as hot as it's been and all that kind of stuff. And you try to figure all that out and make sure it works. And hopefully you get somebody to come and fix it and keep it going and all that good stuff. And we have 3 different transmitter sites.
Right.
And these are little buildings on hills.
Right.
Under the direct sunshine with boxes inside that generate heat. And you got to have cooler air going into them, or they will burn up. The one that we have in Roswell, the exhaust temperature out the back of the unit is around 107 degrees. So it's 80, 90. It's about 30 degrees of temperature rise. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's how we measure its efficiency. One of the ways that we look to see if it's working efficiently is we measure the temperature rise, right. The air going in, air going out. Out at 12 Mile Hill, where we have a couple of our 100,000 watt transmitters, the exhaust temperature on one of them, when it's operating efficiently and all that, is 200 degrees.
My goodness. Huh.
So we're pumping 200 degree air
into the already hot air we have.
Into the building, yes. And so we have systems in place to get that hot air out and allow the air conditioners to work to do their thing. And then the other one, when it's working properly, it's like 165 degrees coming out the top of it. Yeah. So that one, if it's at 165, that one's good. If that one's around 200, that's good. And there's only one person that I know that is really excited and happy about that.
Who is that?
Mike Anderson.
Oh.
Because the more that's doing that, the more that meter over there on the power pole
goes wee. Money, yay.
So he's real happy when those things are up and running and doing all that good
stuff. He's like, yes. And you're like, no, my bank account. No, it's fine.
Give me a break. Can you give me a break?
No. My money.
That's right. Well, let's see. We missed last week because I think you were working on air conditioning stuff.
Yes, I had air conditioning woes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
But let me ask you this. Last week, the Ocotillo Comedy Troupe did their skit, and it was synchronized swimming.
Yes.
Did you really intend to have actual water
No, they're
for them?
No, okay. I now realize that you... Did they not explain this on Tuesday? Did they not come Tuesday? So they took, you remember we had that really large backdrop for Comic-Con? Mm-hmm. So, sorry.
That's okay.
So,
it's an inanimate object.
Yeah,
they don't care.
Kelly Speckart had bought that stand, and so they used it to stretch out this very large blue tarp, in which they, it came, I'm 5 feet tall, so maybe it came up 3 feet, in which they did all the swimming behind, so it looked like water, and they had these cutouts of feet, so when they did it where they're supposed to dive under and their feet come up, they have these little feet on little wooden dowels, and then they waved them around.
That's
and then
funny.
They would come up. It was really funny.
Yeah.
They did a very good job. But
so
no, there was no actual water.
Okay.
At some point, Melanie semi-drowned. They left her in the pool, and then they were busy doing rock, paper, scissors to see who was going to go get her out.
Yeah.
At the end, it was funny.
Yeah.
They did a good job.
Now, yesterday, in one of the skits, there was a gentleman in the forest trying to find food.
Yes.
And the animals were playing tricks on him.
Yes.
Did he ever find anything
Senor
to eat?
Coyote.
No.
He did not eat.
Oh, my goodness.
He wasn't very clever. I do have recordings of him. I'm going to put it up on Facebook. But we had almost about 30 people come in yesterday.
Good.
We're talking about maybe moving it to the stage because it was packed.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, we brought 9 people. I brought 10 people. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of people. So
that's great.
We had quite the crowd. So it's definitely something you should come to because people seem to be really enjoying it this summer.
Good. That's good to hear.
So we do have the next one.
I have it here.
Yeah, so we have the next one next Wednesday. at noon.
At noon. I think I have the clipboard here. Let's see. Nope, that's not it.
And they are free. You just bring your lunch. Your lunch isn't free unless you made it at home, or however you handle that. That's up to you. But the performance itself is free.
It's free.
It's free.
Okay, lunch with Eddie.
Yes.
And the way they described it, it sounds like Eddie is not a very pleasant waiter.
No.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
So we have that next. And then also at 10 a.m. is our art and science.
Okay.
This Wednesday we did catapults. Next Wednesday we'll do flex tangles and stuff.
Flex tangles.
Yeah. So it's a way of folding paper, and then they make different shapes and different things. So it's fun.
Okay. So it's not origami.
No, it is not origami.
It's not origami.
Everybody was always like, we can't do the origami. No, I'm not making anybody do origami. It's a little different than that. But
okay.
Yeah, so we've got that coming up, and then also the 18th through the 22nd is our dance camp.
Mm-hmm.
So it's $50 per student. 9 a.m. starts the younger kids up to age 8, and then from 8 to 18 is at 10 p.m.
Okay.
10 a.m. Sorry. Oh my goodness. It's another Monday for me. 10 a.m. Don't come at night. There will be no one there. So we've got dance camp, and then National Day of the Cowboy is coming up, and we all know Benny's Western Wear does a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so during the noon time, like when you're out there doing your hot dogs and stuff, Country Line, they're from Roswell, will be performing for about like 45 minutes, and then they'll have another performance at 6 p.m. at the Ocotillo.
Okay.
And that's $15 per person.
Okay.
Yeah, in honor of National Day of the Cowboy.
You get a sneak preview at Benny's.
Yes.
And you get the full show at the Ocotillo.
Yeah, so they'll be coming. They're very excited. The gentleman that I've been working with is Greg Spain, and he has another commitment, so they had to bring in a replacement for him. And he said it was really funny because they were talking, I guess, as a band at one of their practices, and one of them was like, it'd be really cool to do like a tribute show. At the Ocotillo, and he was like, and the next day you called me, and they're not going to necessarily be doing a tribute show. They do classic rock and country, but I told them that we could talk about that for the future, doing some sort of tribute. But he said it was really funny that they just talked about possibly trying to even figure out how to play, and then I called them.
Okay. But they're going to do Western music, cowboy music for the Day of the Cowboy performance.
Yeah, and they take classic rock and turn it into country too. So they kind of they do like a melding, and so I really like them.
All right.
You can find their Facebook page, Country Line, and see some of their stuff on there. But we'll have them coming out. We're pretty excited.
So they're going to play at Benny's.
Yes.
And then a little sneak preview show at noon, and then they'll be over at the Ocotillo that night. Well, that's good. That's not this Saturday. That's
next Saturday. Yeah, we had a lined up last month, and then they stopped answering my calls. And so that's why you're just hearing about this now.
Yeah.
We had another act lined up, and they kind of just disappeared.
Well,
so
on them.
I know. So I'm very grateful that Country Line, I managed to get a hold of them, and then within a day they're like, yeah, we'll do it. So very grateful.
Excellent. Good deal. So we're looking forward to that, the National Day of the American Cowboy celebration.
Yes.
So, okay.
Yeah. So while Gene is doing his hot dog thing,
I'm doing the hot dog thing.
Come listen to Country Line as well. Yeah.
That's kind of an annual event for us.
Yes.
I was talking to Lucretia, and I said, now you do want us there. She said it wouldn't be Day of the Cowboy without you there.
Oh yeah.
And the hot dogs. So
yeah. So she's like, and she made sure to tell me. She's like, yeah, they'll be playing at noon, and then you'll be out there remoting and doing the hot dogs, and so we'll have both. Going on.
It'll be good, and I've got to get Sean lined up to do the DJ stuff.
Yes.
And I'm supposed to check out today. We've been having the trailer worked on. Really, first chance we've had a chance to get it worked on since the break-in.
Yeah. And right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So because I knew I had these events coming up.
Right.
We had the event Saturday for the Day of the Cowboy, and then as soon as we're done there, we drop off all the grills and the propane bottles because I don't want those in the trailer.
Right.
And then we take the trailer out to the fairgrounds and get it situated because it's our radio remote trailer and it's our video production trailer.
It has a dual purpose.
Yeah, so we're making sure that's all
squared away
and ready to go. So yeah, it's a big deal getting ready for the fair. So so now once we get into August, it's hard to believe we're talking about August.
Yes.
But it's just a couple weeks away.
Yeah, no, it is a couple weeks away. And before I forget, on the 23rd, we do have a cyano-type workshop. There's sun prints at 10 a.m. at the Ocotillo. So you can country theme them up, come down 10 a.m., do the cyano-type workshop, move down the street, go to Benny's, get your Western wear sale going on with some hot dogs and listen to the country line, then come back for the performance. So that's a day if you're like, we have nothing to do. There will be something to do.
There will be something
next Saturday. And then we do head into August. I don't have a lot going on because it is the beginning of school, but we have a dance workshop the 5th and 6th that we're doing with the New Mexico School for the Arts. We don't have it up yet because we just started. It was supposed to actually be this weekend, and that kind of didn't happen because we're like, hey, so they're like, we can still do it, and we're like, you didn't tell us anything, so that's kind of last minute. So we moved it to the 5th and 6th of August, and we'll have more information on what kind of dance, how you can sign up. So look for the dance workshop, and then in around the 25th of August, we should be having a Cinderella musical.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so just get ready for that. And
is this a local production or?
It's a company that we're bringing in. Originally, it was going to be Treasure Island. That they're like, actually, we can't make Treasure Island, but we can make Cinderella happen that day. So now it's Cinderella. So just as much fun. Not the Disney Cinderella. It's the traditional fabled Cinderella. So yeah.
Good. Well, yeah, because you got to be clear because you don't want the Mouse House coming in. And
no, we're not copywriting Disney. No copyright infringement.
Good. Yeah, I know it's a concern. It kind of got worse during COVID.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of performances that were doing online, and whereas you could obtain your performance rights,
they had to start inputting. Those companies had to start making policies regarding like streaming rights for the shows because that hadn't been, unless they're made for that hadn't been done before. So that was a huge thing getting rights.
And then everybody looked at it and said, well, if everybody's watching online and nobody's going to the show, guess what the price is going to do?
Yeah.
Boom, and it just went way high. It was already expensive, and then it just became. Well, we can't do this.
No.
It priced a lot of folks out of being able to do those kinds of
shows,
performances. So
we thankfully it's none of that. I do recall in high school we had a play. I can't remember the name of the play, but I think the Hamburglar or whatever from McDonald's pops up in the play or whatever. And there's one of the characters was a copyright infringement fairy. She like popped up. And she's all like, no, you can't be here. Copyright infringement. It was hysterically, it was random.
That's funny.
But yeah, so she like scooted him off the stage because he couldn't actually she was in charge of copyright infringement. And she was dressed up like a fairy. And she just popped up and was like, no. and then went away.
That's a great character.
So yeah, it was really funny.
Yeah, and she later went on after high school to go to work for Facebook. and every time you do put something that you think you've got the
copyright infringement with the wand. Nope.
That's right.
So yeah, no, we're looking forward to it. We still have our membership going on, which is new. Instead of the class discounts, we've gone back to the tickets. So depending on the level that you're at, depends on how many tickets you get to a show of your choice. Of course, ending with the golden ticket, which is 2 tickets for 12 shows.
Okay.
And we have a total of 14 now.
Okay.
Happening for this season. So
good.
And we're getting ready for Fall Fiesta and Art in the Park. So if you...
That's right. You got Art in the Park. There's the Fall Fiesta.
Yeah.
I know I don't know if you're part of, but you kind of help with the
We do
Red
help with Red Dirt, Black Gold. We help house the volunteers and do some different things. I actually won't be here for that.
Oh.
The concert that I've been waiting 3 years for because of COVID is happening that weekend, so I will be in Denver.
May I ask what the concert is?
My Chemical Romance.
My Chemical Romance?
Yes.
I think I've heard of them.
They disbanded at some point, it's actually why I like them even more. They didn't want to mainstream out. So they're very much, they like their own sound. They like to make the music they want to. And at the time, the industry was trying to push them, because they kind of came out around the same time as, what are they called? No, I can't think of them. Panic at the Disco.
Okay.
Yeah, and so Panic at the Disco's sound now is vastly different than the sound they had when I was in junior high school.
Okay.
And they didn't want to move into that direction. So they recently, right before COVID hit, got back together and like, we're doing a world tour. So they were overseas and doing stuff, and then pandemic, and they're like, okay, no more. So they moved it. It was next year. Nope. The next year, nope. And so now we're on year 3.
Year 3, and it's going to happen.
I'm going before they disband again.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, but they didn't want to go too mumuch along the lines what the industry pushed them, but I bet they're still charging for their tickets.
Yeah.
I bet it's not cheap.
Yeah. So no, it was my birthday present. My husband bought me the tickets.
Nice.
Yeah, for my birthday.
Well, I'm trying to think if we ever would have played that. We used before we changed.
Their big hit was "I'm Not Okay," and then they had "Welcome to the Black Parade" was another big one.
Welcome to the Black Parade. Teenagers.
Teenagers was another one.
Helena.
Yeah.
I'm Not Okay, I Promise has the explicit lyric warning on it.
I feel like Teenagers should too.
It doesn't have that on there.
Well, and I'm not sure what it. I'm Not Okay shouldn't really have an explicit warning. I'm thinking through the lyrics. There's nothing really.
The Ghost of You. And then they have one here. It's called Na Na Na.
Yes, and that's from the Danger album. Yeah, the
in parentheses. Na 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 Na.
Yeah. And in my head, the song is going in my head right now. Yes, and it does. It starts out like that.
Oh, I'll have to check that out. So, well, congratulations on your birthday present.
Oh,
so,
thank you. Finally happening.
That's where you're going to be in October, then.
Yeah, at the beginning of October, right? My quick break before we're really into Hell Week for Art in the Park.
Well, in case anybody's wondering, the Red Dirt Black Gold is now October 1st instead of at the end of August.
We were trying to move it to a cooler time. So that everyone's not melting all day, which is really great for the volunteers because we melt all day.
Yeah, that's right. There's puddles all around, and it's melted volunteers.
Yeah.
So
that way it's cooler. I'm still volunteering in the sense that we'll have the building ready for them. Nancy's going to be building Mom in my place that day. And then we'll go into Art in the Park, which is still 2 days, 14th and 15th. I still have room for vendors. So if you're a vendor and you haven't gotten an application or signed up, you can stop by the Ocotillo Performing Arts Center and pick up. Or you can go on our website, which is back up.
Oh, good.
You can go to the website, and the application is on the website. You can print it and then bring it in or email it, however you want.
And how's your food truck situation for the fair?
Food trucks, we do have. They hate to commit super early, some of them.
I understand.
So we're working on food trucks. Did a little bit of change. We will have a tinted seated area for eating.
Good.
That we're gonna go ahead and do. And hopefully, with you guys coming out again, you'll be really close to the food. So with more food, so you guys will be right in prime area. We're gonna take a break and go get some food and then come back. So
that'll be good. No, we're looking forward to that. So
we're real excited.
So if you want to be a vendor at Art in the Park, and this will be the second year in a row at JC Park. City's been making some nice improvements out there at JC Park. It's really a nice area to have it, and a lot more open, and
there's a lot more room for everybody. A lot more room for people not to get crowded in aisles, because that was something that we listened to vendors are like, if they were in any of the center areas, it would get so packed that people would just walk by them to get out of the crowd.
Yep.
And so this year, a lot of vendors are like, people were easily stopping in, no one was really congested, and so that we liked to keep that available.
That's good. What did Yogi Berra say? Nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded. That's what was happening to some of your folks that people.
And there's more room for the band.
Okay.
So the band's not all congested, so they've got room and they're excited. They're ready to go for next year too.
For the cakewalk.
For the cakewalk. Yep. They're a huge fundraiser, and so we're looking to continue on. I will be calling vendors as we get in applications to see if they want to be put on a schedule to do demonstrations of their work.
Okay.
So that that way people can, too, go see the, if we have some metal workers, do a little bit of what they do. Because I'll walk around and I'll hear, oh, don't pick that up. We could do that at home. And they put a lot of time and energy in that. And so I feel like it showcases art and that they put a lot of work into the stuff that they create.
No question about it. So, was there anything else we need to cover today?
No, just make sure you pay attention for the dance camp and National Day of the Cowboy Country Line. They're really good. I'm pretty impressed. Yeah.
Excellent. They'll be here. That'll be next weekend.
Yes.
Next weekend they'll be at Benny's at noon, and then over at the Ocotillo. Will you be able to have tickets online?
Yes, tickets are online. So you can go
for the Saturday night
yes.
performance. The one at Benny's is free.
Yeah.
Even the hot dog is free.
Yeah.
But you can't go in and listen to the music and have a hot dog without, buying a hat or something.
Yeah, so you still have to purchase something. So,
well,
and tickets are $15.
It's not the law you have to purchase.
No, but it is
something.
common courtesy.
Exactly.
It is common courtesy.
The
Yeah.
right thing to do.
It's the right thing to do.
So excellent. Well, Kandese, thank you so much. Good to see you.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
Yes.
Next week. Be good. All right. I was thinking where I was going to be next week, but we'll be here next week.
Yeah, it's not quite the fair yet.
Not quite the fair.
Yeah.
So, all right.